with a 15-round decision over Carmen Basilio.
And we are set to go now to a 6-round fight. And this one should be interesting. A couple of undefeated fighters having at one another here, and diverse styles. If styles make fights, then in fact this could be a good one. And here's Michael Buffer to tell us about it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 6-round bout. This special bout is between two young undefeated welterweights. The referee for this contest is Dean Kromaric. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the blue trunks with white letters and weighing an even 148 pounds. He's from Williston, North Dakota. Undefeated 11-0, 3 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, Tucker Pudwill. And his opponent across the ring, wearing the black trunks with white letters, he weighs an even 146 pounds, from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Also undefeated 8-0-1, 6 KOs. Introducing Wicked Wilbur Garst.
Wilbur, I want you to protect yourself at all times. Be real careful. You don't bang your heads together. Keep all of your punches above the waist. And guard yourself all times, number one. Good luck, gentlemen. Back to you.
So there is a look at Tucker Pudwill, a guy who, if I ever write a soap opera, he's going to have the lead. I love his name.
Tucker Pudwill.
Tucker
Great.
Pudwill.
And Will Garst, who we saw there a moment ago.
Should be an interesting fight, actually. Garst is an in-your-face, straight-ahead guy.
These are two nice young guys.
Yeah,
Pleasure
really.
to talk to them today. Intelligent young men, anxious to succeed, and it's a real even matchup.
Yeah, it really is. This should be a very good fight. Might not be the most stylistic fight, but
Well, if Wilbur Garst has his way, it won't be, because he wants Tucker Pudwill to be in the... You can't... You know what it is? If you say Tucker Pudwill, you're going to say Tucker Pudwill.
That's
So
right.
I'm just going to call him Pudwill or Tucker. I'm never going to use the two together. I'm just warning you that.
That's a deal.
Because you can't do the two together.
Tucker is, or Pudwill,
Whichever you
is
prefer.
a student at North Dakota University in Williston.
Right.
He's taking up marketing management, so he's going to make his management team and the promoters obsolete after a while. Garst is showing a pretty good jab here. Pudwill, as you see him, is showing a good jab himself. That is his stock and trade. But Garst is throwing his well also. Pudwill quick with his hands, you can see that.
He's been working at Nautilus 3 times a week, and he says it's helped not only with his strength, but with his quickness as well.
And the rap against him would be that he is not a very good puncher. There he lands a good right hand, though.
And caught Garst on the way in.
And they feel that he'll surprise Garst with his power.
Garst, pretty good amateur who didn't get started in his professional career until the age of 25.
He's only 28 now. Did get to the quarterfinals of the Golden Gloves and the Nationals, where he lost. Fought Lavelle Fingers and lost to him in the amateurs. Lavelle, a very fine amateur, now good pro. Pudwill really having his way in his first round, and now using his jab as a very effective tool.
Which he will need to keep Garst off of him.
Garst having a real hard time getting in, and when he's in there, he's being tied up by Pudwill, not able to throw his punches as he should.
So coming to the end of the first round, and a pretty good first round for Tucker Pudwill there. I said both his names. So we start the second round. Wilbur Garst having a little bit of trouble getting inside on Tucker Pudwill. Ergo, we gave that first round to Pudwill.
He was really, I mean, he had the spot going the way he wanted it to. And there is why. Pudwill, very effective with his jab. If you can land 56% when you are a boxer, as he is, you're going to be doing very well. And of course, Garst did not do so well in that category. they want very much to take away the right hand of Will Garst. He did land a couple in the first round, Barry, but it wasn't as effective as he would like.
This is a 6-round fight. Tucker Pudwill in the blue trunks, Wilbur Garst in the black trunks, both undefeated. Garst with 6 knockouts and his 8 wins with a draw. And of course, still to come, our main event, Todd Foster, Mauricio Aceves.
The noise level will go up significantly in this place.
But again, a very nice crowd here.
Very good.
Bozeman.
Maybe even more than the 6,000, because they told us it was 6, but they had a good walk-in sale.
Sure looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. And thank God I'm not going to be able to. Nobody told them over the PA system that this morning at breakfast you actually. Boom! Good left hand by Pudwill. This morning at breakfast you called the Montana State team the Grizzlies. Of course, they are the Bobcats. Montana's the Grizzlies.
We were beaten up severely for that.
Hurt badly for it.
And I knew that.
But I did not know that. Weird and wild stuff. Meanwhile, back at the fights.
And Pudwill did get a left-handed, but he took a right hand from Garst in that last exchange, too.
And again, Pudwill has him on the outside of his punches. Even could risk throwing that uppercut from long range and not get hit with it. Will Garst must get in and make this a brawl, but he must be effective on the inside. Having a hard time getting past that jab. There it is, boy. On cue from Tucker Pudwill.
And another good example of the fact that you don't have to have a jab that knocks you backwards to have an effective jab. Pudwill right now is dictating this fight.
And again, the jab just continues to land to the head of Garst. His jab connect percentage has got to be excellent.
Headed for the end of the second round. Things not yet going the way Will Garst would like them to, and give that one to Tucker Pudwill as well. On us, and it starts, believe it, later on this year.
McLean's last chance to lead them to a Final Four, huh?
Guy who I'm very fond of. I think he's an outstanding player. I think he gets bad rapped a lot because he plays a little bit out of control sometimes, but I like him a lot, and I think he's going to be a big-time player.
And right now, Tucker Pudwill is hoping he can move into the big time, and the way he's boxing, showing some progress toward that. And there are the total punches. You see the big edge from Pudwill. Even though Garst has thrown almost as many, his percentage is extremely poor. Just like to send some get well wishes out to David Feldy, a young boxer, good friend of Todd Foster's, watching tonight in Missoula, and he's under the weather. We hope he hears us and gets our get well wishes.
A little bit of blood now under the left eye of Will Garst, on the cheek actually. Nice counter right hand by Pudwill. Garst a little bit wild.
And the right hand that Will Garst had so desperately wanted to land just hasn't been there, and he's been reduced to throwing more left hooks. And he doesn't throw that punch too well. Pudwill wants to move up to 8-rounders, and they want to see how he does here. Oh, there's the right and the left hook by Garst.
Let's see if that gave him a wake-up call. A little blood from the nose of Pudwill now.
You know, in boxing, if you have a good jab and you've got some movement, you can win a lot of boxing matches. And Tucker Pudwill has both of those. Whether he will move into the upper echelon of boxing is another question. He'll probably need a lot more power, but the jab is effective.
A lot of blood actually from the nose of Pudwill now. We'll see what they can do about that between rounds. Garst getting inside a little bit more now than he was. right hand again. Better round for Will Garst. Now there's a cut, I believe, above the eye of Garst. Above the right eye, I think. Left hand by Pudwill. Pretty good round for both men. Does not appear to be a serious cut over Garst's eye, and you were looking at Pudwill's corner now.
He's burnt out. Okay? You're in great shape. We're going hard to this guy this time.
We'll take some deep breaths, fella.
Don't start long.
Get your breath.
Yes, sir.
Get your breath.
Start long.
Well, it doesn't really appear to be much of a cut as you look at the right eye. And it was the right eye where I saw the blood, but that could have come from another place.
Yeah, very possible. I think the left eye is a little bit more of a problem for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the sixth and final round.
Here's an exchange in that last round. They both land left hooks, but there's the right from Pudwill, and that little exchange is this bout in microcosm.
Sorry, folks, this is round 4. Sorry, scheduled for 6 rounds.
And Pudwill was the guy who caught that. Pudwill said, no, wait a minute.
There is, oh, how interesting. Garst with an edge in that round. And he gave that round to Pudwill, but according to Punch Profile, Garst actually landed more.
On your card after 3 is shutout.
I've got Pudwill winning all 3 rounds. And that's the reason why. From the outside, he has just been so effective.
Garst coming in with his head a little bit more than he was.
Whereas Garst got a late start in boxing, Pudwill only 20, had over 130 amateur bouts, won a number of regional Golden Glove titles in the North Dakota area.
Another one of the many guys in the state of North Dakota who started fighting because of the immense popularity of
yeah, Virgil Hill, an excellent light heavyweight champion who really began, as you said, that rush to boxing by a lot of young men who maybe were doing other sports and thought, I'd like to try this. Anxious to see Virgil back in action pretty soon. I hope he will be.
we may see him.
After his loss to Tommy Hearns. I bumped into Virgil at the health club in Las Vegas a lot. Still whips me at basketball, so I
Good athlete.
want to get him back in the boxing ring.
There's a left hand after Garst missed.
Some body work by Will Garst, and he wanted to do a lot more of that in this bout, has not really been able to do it.
The bottom line of this fight is Pudwill is just not allowing Garst to get inside, and that was Garst's game plan.
He's walking into jabs. Here's the hook by Garst, but Garst keeps walking into that Pudwill jab.
So we come to the end of the 4th round, and the 4th round pretty much like the first 2. Pudwill gets that one. 5th round, you didn't miss anything. Tucker Pudwill in the blue trunks, Will Garst in the black trunks.
There's the jab and the straight right hand by Pudwill.
And the jabs, as you can see, are the difference in the fight.
It really is. I mean, that is what has made Pudwill, in my opinion, dominant in this match. Well, Pudwill and his people said this bout will tell us if we're ready for 8 rounders. A lot of that will be determined on how well he fights in these rounds now, the final stages of this match.
Both missed wild right hands.
One thing that Pudwill has succeeded in doing is taking away the right hand of Garst, excuse me.
Which is something he said he wanted to do. That was,
yeah, and he felt if he kept Garst busy, that he would be able to do that.
and he's doing that pretty well too.
Hey, come on!
Keep digging the body. Come on, Wilbur. Get the body. Get the body.
There's the jab of Pudwill setting up the lead right hand. The other thing that Garst has not done too well in this bout is cut off the ring. He's allowed Pudwill to move pretty much at will, and this is not a huge ring, as we pointed out in the first bout, where Lee Cargill we thought would be moving more, but it ended up he wasn't.
Left hand by Pudwill again. The right hand behind it. That got Garst off of him.
I think for the first time, Garst really felt the punching power of Pudwill.
I think you're right. And another good right hand by Pudwill.
And that is something, as we noted earlier, they really are working on with Tucker. They want him to work on him with the Nautilus and other things. They want more power from him. They know he'll need it as he steps up. The best hook that Garst has thrown in this bout. Got a lot of leverage on it.
But again, a case of too little too late as Tucker Pudwill continues to perhaps throw a shutout against Will Garst.
A lazy jab of Will Garst, and we get into the 6th and final round.
And it would seem that Will Garst would have to get Tucker Pudwill out of there. He's shown no indication that that might be in the offing so far. Here are the numbers through the first 5 rounds, and Pudwill with a considerable edge, and that's mainly on the jab.
And good jabs, jabs that are strong jabs that have pushed Garst back in many instances.
And we talked about a possible shutout, and if your card is right, which it always is.
I remember once in 1983, I think it was wrong.
It was a rainy Tuesday.
Rainy Tuesday, and of course the judges robbed me. You understand? Anyway, yeah, I think Pudwill is in control, and you see why he's in control. And now setting down his punches even more, Barry, really thinking to himself, may take a shot at knocking this guy down or out.
Nice combination that time. 2 jabs and a right hand.
And the trick here will be if he can get Garst going backwards. Garst has pretty much been coming forward throughout the match. Well, both men really told us today this will be a test. I'm going to find out where I'm at. Unfortunately for Will Garst, the answer has not been a good one. He has found that this boxing style of Pudwill and the jab and the hand speed and the foot speed has been a little bit too much for him right now.
Yeah, Pudwill is stylist here. In this case, that was good enough.
Will Garst is now reduced to winging wild left and rights, and mostly they're not getting there.
Desperation setting into Will Garst.
He's trying, but it is, you know, a very awkward attempt at this point.
It's over. And Tucker Pudwill with a pretty impressive performance by and large.
He did exactly what he needed to do as you look at him reveling in what he believes will be a victory, and a popular one if we can judge by this crowd, showing a lot of enthusiasm for his effort.
Crowd getting something of a wake-up call here. They've been pretty quiet through the first couple of fights before we went on the air, and the first fight that we had on the air here, but they are starting to wake up now. And of course, still in the offing, Todd Foster, Montana's own, and Mauricio Aceves. Well, a reminder that the NFL coming your way with football team. That's Sunday night right here on ESPN. Let's take a look at some of the numbers from this fight.
Well, the edge even bigger for Pudwill after that excellent last round, landing right around the 49% in terms of punches landed, and that is because when you've got a good jab, your percentage is going to be very, very high.
So Wilbur Garst trying to lead a few cheers here, but I believe in the end the cheers will come for the other man. As we await the decision here, here's a look at Tucker Pudwill. Pudwill on your card, a complete shutout.
Yeah, I gave every single round, and there might have been a round or two you could give to Garst, though.
Why don't we find out? Here's Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. Here is the official scoring. Gerald Dunbar scores about 58-56. Lyle Brugman scores at 60-55. And Joe Antonietti scores at 59-56 for the winner by unanimous decision, Tucker Pudwill.
So Tucker Pudwill a little bit short on one card, but still gets the win. A unanimous decision win, runs his record to 12-0, and we'll see him again to be sure.